Hi, my name is Marilyn Western. I'm a multi-age primary teacher. That means I teach first and second grade at Kinney Elementary School in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. This is a multi-age classroom, so I keep my kids for 2 years, and that makes things a little bit unusual. The kids that you'll see today are first and second graders. What you're seeing today is just a piece of a much larger type project. This project has been an ongoing type of thing all year long. We've formed a classroom community with different jobs for each child. They each get their own paychecks every Friday, and of course they have to pay rent on their chairs too. Then once they collect all that money, they have to have something to spend it on. So we came up with an economics unit with classroom businesses. Our classroom has 4 businesses. There are 5 partners in each business. They've signed up with all sorts of paperwork, taking out loans and arranging for a storefront. And they decide on their own food product to make, which they do, and then they can set their own prices. They have to make sure that they make some sort of profit because they have to pay back the loans also. So it's a real life way to learn for these kids. Oh, there are lots of goals. This is a very integrated unit that we have here. We do a lot with math. The kids have to figure out how many pieces that they'll need of their products and then how much to charge for each of those pieces. They do a lot of math with that type of thing. They also do a lot with language arts. They have to build their own signs and advertise their products. They came up with their own slogans. They have little commercial songs that they've done. They do drawing. And of course they integrate a lot of technology with that also. They get their choice of what kind of commercials they'd like to produce to advertise their particular product. Assessment is sort of easy and sort of difficult in this particular instance. I do a lot of just looking and watching kids. The most important thing that I'm looking at is teamwork, how they interact with each other. In arranging the businesses, I went ahead and decided on who would be partners. That way each group would have a good reader, a good writer in it, kids that get along fairly well together, and we really stress that teamwork aspect. I have a rubric that I use all throughout the whole unit, and again it's basically looking at a lot of teamwork, a lot of math, and a lot of language arts type of activities. This is a piece of the larger unit on communities. This particular piece emphasizes the businesses interworking between each other, getting realistic prices on their food items, producing a product that other kids will want so that they will have a profit, and then what they can do with that profit also. So it's just a piece of it at this point. I chose these particular technology pieces because they are what we have available to us at this point. The software, the KidPix software, the kids are very familiar with. We've used it all year long, and they could take the next possible leap because they know the capabilities of that software. The same with the digital camera. They feel very at home with using it. They can set up and know what it will look like. Unfortunately, the video camera we have not been able to use very often, so that was a new piece, a new addition for us this year. I chose this particular strategy to get the kids really involved in their work, to become part of this whole operation. You can see their excitement about doing this, their planning that they have, and becoming actually a piece of this whole project. Some of the components of the model are especially the compelling situation. These kids really want to sell their products, so they have to have a very worthwhile advertisement to try to sell those products. I think you'll see a lot of very active learning here. The kids really become involved in their project. Obviously, they're working together on it. They might have some altercations as to what everybody decides to do, but for the most part, they're working as teams also. You'll see a lot of that teamwork, and that's why I chose these particular business partners, because they have workable teams, kids that can work together in this. One of the other elements that I think you'll see here is a lot of working together and thinking together, making decisions. The kids had to decide what type of commercial they would make and then all the components of that commercial, and everybody had to agree. Everybody also had to have a piece or a part to do with that commercial. So they might decide to have a picture that one person would draw, and then other kids would decide to do some writing in with it. What's most important that you really realize is the technology component in here. I could do this whole unit without using any technology at all, but it wouldn't be as exciting and as vibrant and as stimulating as it is with that technology component. It's really enhanced what I've been able to do in here.